I know I need to size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
All right, now let's go to AEW, and let's start with the AEW Tag Team Champions. This is going to be interesting. So the Lucha Bros are the current AEW Tag Team Champions. Let's see if this is correct. Let's see as of when. Let me see. It's a little old. I'll say in terms of the days, so it's been about a couple months now since they became tag team champions.
Okay.
So right, it's been a couple months. Now I'm gonna go first on this one. Lucha Bros are, I would say, the Usos are number one. Lucha Bros are number two as far as my favorite tag teams. And maybe there's a theme here because I'm gonna call their reign right now a bust. And I'm gonna say it's a bust because I feel like we haven't seen them. I feel like they're not present. Like, they're just not showing up. And when they do show up, it's cool. But I just feel like we don't see them enough. You know, like, when they became champions, I was so excited. I'm not one, like, okay. So, rarely do I get emotional over, moments on television or movies and stuff. Like, I feel it. You know, I get, sad sometimes. But it's hard for something to really touch me to that point where it just like spontaneously, I just like, oh my God, I feel emotional, and I feel like actual genuine tears, hit my eyes. When Penta's, I think it was his kids, he was trying to get them, and I didn't know, like off camera, you couldn't see who it was. He kept motioning to someone, like trying to get them in, right? And I was like, oh, he's trying to get somebody in the crowd. What was going on? And then they showed the shot, and it was him and his kids, because, you see Ray Phoenix, he's up this ramp trying to call him over, but when it cut over, you see Penta with his kids, and I was like, oh, man, he was trying to get his family, and, like, it's just such a moment, like, he's trying to get them, and you see the kids crying, and I was just, I felt myself feeling that emotion. I'm like, damn, like, this is something, And then I saw their interview after the fact. They were sitting with Tony Khan, and, Tony Khan did the press interviews with all the different wrestlers, right? And so he was with them, and you could see just like how happy they were to be champion and what a long journey it's been and all that. And I was hyped. I'm like, okay. Like, and they're like, yeah, we're ready to take on everybody, like whoever wants it, they can get it. We want to be fighting champions and, yada, yada, yada. And here we are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it really has not happened. I mean, we're going to get FTR at Full Gear, but I feel like this journey since then, nothing's really happened since All Out, I feel.
It's just been the pinnacle of that moment, and nothing. It's just been slowly dwindling down, man. Like, just you're not seeing them. You're not seeing it enough on TV. The stories. I don't know, man. Just I think you're right on your assessment that right now is a bust. Just, I don't want to be caught up in the moment, just like, just make that moment, and they're still feeding off that momentum, but the momentum is over. I think the momentum is gone.
Yeah,
and we need to see him more on TV. Give him a good juicy story about what FTR did, taking their AAA tag team titles.
And there's probably somebody who's going to hear this and they're going to say, well, they went to AAA and they won the AAA tag team championships and they're super busy and they're going around and they're doing stuff on Dark. They're doing stuff on Elevation and they're all over the world. Pump the brakes. What we're talking about is on AEW television, on the shows that really matter for AEW, AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage, right? The way they're presented on those products, because that's where the money's at. The TV shows with the sponsors, that's where it's at. You're not showing them there, you're showing them on YouTube. To me, is borderline not canon. Borderline not canon. So I just got to say that because I can already feel it. I know there's probably going to, they're doing stuff in these other companies and all that. I get it. but with all due respect,
I can hear that too. I can hear that. Yeah.
With
I feel you.
Still, Dynamite is the flagship show. Rampage is another flagship show on TNT.
Yeah.
Not YouTube. Like, come on now. So
Elevation Dark.
Yeah. Not everybody has time for all that. You know what I'm saying? And even the way they present it, man, it's like they don't even really talk about what's going on those shows all that much. They have a ticker. They show it on the ticker every once in a while.
Yeah. If I'm paying attention to that ticker. Like,
exactly. Like, it is what it is.
Oh, so they're DB. Who? Okay.
Right. So, yeah, it's just, I want more. I want more from them. I want major storylines for them. I had to say it. I'm sorry. I had to say it. I want major storylines for them on the shows that matter.
I feel the exact same way, man. This review for the state of the union for the belts on the AEW side. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. All the AEW stands is listening or watching right now.
Yeah, I know, man. It's gonna be. Hey,
what up, Kiki? I see
you. Some people are gonna be upset, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's all love. It's all love. We love AEW.
Yes.
We love AEW. AEW's been great, but just got to keep it real with some of this. All right, we've got the AEW TNT champion Sammy Guevara. So Sammy Guevara has not really been champion for too long, but he's been champion. I feel like we have seen him presence a lot more than the Lucha Brothers for sure. Yeah. And overall, I'm gonna say just the beginnings of his reign feels like boom. It definitely feels like one with him being named one of the pillars and then him winning right off the bat. For me, that's like perfect. It was like a perfect storm. The person he beat seemed unstoppable in Miro. He got named as one of the cornerstones of the company. Yes. He's wearing that championship proudly. He's going in. He had that matchup recently with what's his name? All Ego, Ethan Page, for basically not only the title, but him potentially not being in the inner circle anymore. And won. Like, that's awesome. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, keep it relevant. Put some stakes on. If you got to, put some stakes on matches where it's like, we feel it. We're like, we know it's probably not going to happen. We know Sammy's probably going to win. But them adding that little stipulation in this felt right because for me, it put that little bit of doubt. Like, what if they make him lose? Because there's rumors like, oh, they're going to split up the inner circle, blah, blah, blah.
But that's a key driver, man, to make it unpredictable, just to add that. Those type of stakes to make it feel important, to add some weight to it for the emotion. Yeah. I believe that it can help, just elevate the matches that we saw between All Ego Ethan Page and Sammy, man.
Yeah. So I think, are you in agreement that this is a boom so far for Sammy Guevara?
Oh, yeah. Boom so far, bro. Boom. Cool. He's still riding that wave of momentum. He's going into seemed like a story or a little feud with still would continue with All Ego, but now including America's Top Team. So
yeah. What did you think of the whole well, actually let's talk about that just for a brief second before we move on to the next championship. Inner Circle versus American Top Team. What do you think of this whole storyline that they've been doing? Like, has it worked for you? Do you feel like, maybe not? Like, how do you feel about it?
It's been a mixed bag for me, honestly.
Okay.
There's been some hits and it's been some misses. Maybe the misses come from that wrestling aspect from it. When it came down to when it was a Junior Dan Santos, when I seen him get down, he was still a little bit green, but I wasn't really I wasn't really, into the match between him and Inner Circle when they got down to it. The story has been great though. Dan Lambert,
that dude,
amazing.
He's great.
Mic work, bro. He's definitely had the crowd in the palm of his hands. The crowd telling him to shut the fuck up.
Don't you chant that? Don't you chant that? When they were calling him a dipshit, and he was like, "No, don't you chant? You shut up. You shut your mouth. Your mommies didn't teach you manners. They didn't teach you manners."
Oh man, I think Chris Jericho called him a fat. Like what do you call him? A fat dipshit or fat face
fat
dipshit?
Head dipshit, but for Halloween he was a pumpkin headed dipshit, and then they started chanting it, and Dan Lambert lost his mind. Like, no, don't you start chanting?
No, don't you start that?
Oh man, it was great. It was great. I love the way for this last episode of Dynamite that Dan Lambert started out by trying to toot his own horn. Like, by the way, like, I'm American Top Team member number 1. I started American Top Team, founded it, so I'm member number 1. Then he went down the list of everybody else, and then he said, okay, you can choose anyone from American Top Team. They're like, okay. So they went down the list. They got picked, the fighters. That last person, which Paige Van Zandt grabbed the microphone. That moment was great. Just classic. Her saying, they don't have the balls to step in the ring with her. She could take on all 5 of them at the same time by herself.
As soon as she said, I was like, oh man. It's hard for me not just to walk into that. You're inviting me now at this point. Come on. I gotta take it.
It was so perfect. It was so perfect. Because they all looked at each other like, in the crowd. And then Jericho goes, you can take all 5 of us at the same time. That joke writes itself.
Right.
I was like, what did you just do, Paige? Like, come on now. That was hilarious. But then to say, okay, nah, you know what? We're not going to pick you, Paige, or your husband back there. Just calm down, dude. We ain't going to pick you. But we going to pick you right there. The person that called himself American Top Team member number 1. He's like, whoa. I'm not. I said fighter. I said, I said, no. You said anyone from American Top Team. And you labeled yourself number 1. You were the number 1 member of American Top Team. So we want you. We want the pumpkin-headed dipshit.
Oh, man. Yes.
That was great. So it's entertaining. I feel like at the end of the day, it's entertaining. It's serving its purpose, and it's great. I'm here for it. I think it's just been a lot of fun.
Same here.
The wrestling, it's here and there. That match, though, with All Ego and Sammy was great. So, I feel like right now they've got a good bit of momentum going with both that match and this last promo. So I'm here for it. I'm all in. So it's great. And Sammy, definitely a boom so far. I'm really rooting for Sammy. And just him with the championship is just still a feel good. I'm still in that phase of like just being happy for him in this moment. It feels well deserved, and I want him to hold on to it for as long as he can. So it's definitely awesome. All right, the Doctor, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, the AEW Women's Champion. She has defended the championship. A couple of times here, had some great matches in general, whether the title was on the line or not. She's on the mic. She kills it every time she's there. So, for me, it would be hard to say anything but boom when it comes to, and it's funny, with Adam Cole, I got to say boom. Or I got to put the respect on it when we're talking about, his girl here, Dr. Britt Baker. It's a boom for the title reign. I feel like she's done a great job as champion, elevating the division, making it even harder for AEW and their fans to tell me to take time, be patient when she's killing it the way she is. I just gotta say it. She should be wrestling every single episode of Dynamite. As great as she is hard for me to understand how you can keep her out of the ring. So for AEW and their fans who say be patient, I get you. You love the product. However, she is making the excuses feel less impactful and make less and less sense the more I see her. So boom for the title reign of AEW champion Britt Baker.
I will say boom as well. Her well, in the beginning of her title reign has been phenomenal. She's still very entertaining. She demands the spotlight. She controls the crowd. The crowd is over with her, all those good things. So right now they have a bit of a story with her going on with the title with her and what's her name?
Tay Conti.
That's right, because she is the next woman up. So they're doing
at
a small
Full Gear. I'm excited.
Yeah. So they're doing a story with her at Full Gear. It's crazy where I remember how with Tay Conti started NXT, and you know it's crazy that she had all this charisma. She had all this untapped potential that she could have flourished. That I think they dropped the ball. NXT, and this is the black and gold version at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think they dropped the ball with that, but now she flourishes in AEW and now could possibly be one of their core members of the women's division to build around, man. Wow. But it's definitely booming for Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And I guess do we have to be patient?
No. Look, I rewatched the Hikaru Shida Serena Deeb matchup from the tournament. And I was saying this while I was watching it again. I was thinking about this whole idea of being patient. And I'm watching this match and I'm saying, how do you expect me to be patient when I'm looking at this great match happening? And I'm saying to myself, so you mean to tell me that you can't find a spot on the card for these two women once a week? Like, I don't understand. As a division, they always show them once a week. So for those listening, hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For Serena Deeb, for Hikaru Shida, I'm saying not just the women's division showing up once a week. I'm saying those two women showed out so well that if you even wanted to have them show up every week and then add on another matchup with Dr. Britt Baker or Thunder Rosa or Ruby Soho or Tay Conti or any of the other women on that roster that are killing it, Chris Statlander or Nyla Rose. Like, come on, man. Like, there's so many names that I could drop for this women's division that when I see them now, I'm asking myself, what more does it take for them to do to say, hey, we warrant a second match on the card? I'm not saying take over. I'm not saying it should just be an all women's show, right? What I'm saying is go from one match, and also let me be clear too for the AEW faithful, for the AEW fans.
Yeah, clarify.
What I don't mean is more than one match a week, and I'm not combining Rampage and Dynamite as one entity.
And I don't count that. I don't count that.
No.
I count that as two separate shows.
That is two separate shows. I'm saying 2 matches on Dynamite and 2 matches on Rampage. You have a show going on television with with only one match for the women slotted. It's a shame. It's a travesty to me with how talented these women are. Again, you could have Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida wrestle a best of 7 at this point because they have a great feud going, and I want to see where that rivalry goes. So have them continue to wrestle every single night. I don't care. Then you could have Thunder Rosa.
Do you think the crowd will get tired of that? Because it's repeat matches now.
Well, what you could do, no, because if it was a WWE crowd, yes.
Okay.
But because it's AEW crowd, which it seems like they will support almost anything that happens. That's the thing that also is kind of mind-blowing about this, is that I feel like a casual crowd would get tired of it. But the AEW crowd is full of smart fans who are hardcore wrestling fans that know someone like Sky Blue, who, like, most people won't even know who that is. But she shows up, and it's like she's getting chants. People love her. And it's like, damn, They even know her. So what do you think they're gonna do when they see Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida wrestle? Of course they're gonna be all about it. And they're gonna chant, "Let's go Shida, let's go Deeb, let's go Shida, let's go Deeb." That's not happening on Raw or SmackDown. They're gonna be throwing beach balls in the crowd, like, "Hey, look at us, let's be stupid and not pay attention to wrestling." Like this crowd gives a shit. They give a shit. They're gonna care. They're gonna love it. We talked about that Riho Nyla Rose match. I mean, we were real. We're like, you know what? I don't know, man. I wasn't buying it. But that crowd
Rio
ate it up.
They love Rio. They was
Ate it up.
I was like, no.
This is awesome. Like, they loved it. And I'm going, I don't know. Like, it's not believable. Like, the power move she's doing to Nyla, like, but the AEW fans love it. So I think they're the perfect fan base to take a best of series with two women. And that's just one idea. It doesn't even have to be that you have the same women wrestling each other every night, but you could have, like, let's say
they have enough. Like, I think that's our argument. They have a core.
They have enough. You could rotate enough women in
if
two
you
matches.
Want to keep it, 2 matches. Even if you want to keep it at that one woman format, it's still enough.
Yes.
To give us that core.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can, in that way, you can keep like the Red Velvets or Anna Jays on Dark, on Elevation, while you're focusing on your core, like Shida, Thunder Rosa, Nyla. You know what I'm saying? Diamante.
Yep.
Man.
There's so many of them. Yeah. Swole.
Chris
Statlander, the champion. Yes. Chris Statlander. Like, come on. Ruby Soho. Like,
yes.
The excuses are starting to just sound funny to me. Like, as I keep seeing,
I think we're recapping the debate that we had from
After Hours. Yes,
After Hours
debate. It's basically because I understand. I don't fault anyone who says be patient from the standpoint of they want to see it too. It feels like they want to see it too, but they're willing to accept that this is a process.
Yeah.
That I'm not against someone taking that stance for themselves to say, I'm willing to be patient. That's fine. But I'm going to say that for me, it's just hard still for me to understand how I can watch a damn near 5-star match from Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb, and then to say, like, I might not see them for the next 4 weeks wrestle, and then we'll see 2 other people and they're going to do a great job. And I don't know when I'm going to see them next now either, and then it'll be the next week. And it's just this one match format for each of them. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's too much variation. They need to hone in of like, who is your stars of the women's division. Right. I don't need to know like these newbies. You got like we said, you got Dark Elevation for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dynamite doesn't need to be shown, doesn't need to be used for development. I think that's what they're messing up for their women's division and trying to use as development.
I think you hit it on the head right there. Yeah.
Right? No. Yeah. You got ladies that are class acts in the ring that are ready to go. Focus on that.
Yep. I mean, let's look at it this way. So Kenny Omega, wrestled Alan Angels in this opening matchup, on Dynamite. Like, and Kenny Omega is a person who they make sure they get him in the ring pretty much on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes wrestled twice, in a row these past couple weeks. Why can't we have Dr. Britt Baker wrestle 2 weeks in a row on Dynamite, or 2 weeks in a row on a Rampage? Like, it just, because that right there, she's the champion. Like, I would expect, okay, we see the champion wrestle, be a fighting champion and wrestle.
I know she was on a Jericho
weekly
cruise
at least. Okay, but
weeks ago.
Okay, so in that one situation, but I'm just saying in general, like, it just happens so much.
I hear
where
what you're saying, though. Yeah,
Britt Baker, they may have her wrestle. Someone made a joke about MJF saying, MJF fulfilled his obligation to wrestle once a quarter with that matchup he had tonight. Like, that's what commentary said, and it's true. Like, MJF rarely does wrestle on these TV shows.
One every 3 months? Are we serious?
Right now, it may be exaggeration, but I'm saying with MJF, it's kind of true. He doesn't wrestle as much as, say, a Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks or Cody. He's not there every week like that.
He ain't in that ring putting in work.
Right.
Running his mouth.
So, and I feel like that, but that seems to be the case for most of the women in the division. Like you see you see one of them once in a blue moon, and then it's like a while until you see them on Dynamite, and they rotate, and then they come back to them, and it's like, okay, that's cool. You could do that, but then give them a second match. All I'm asking for is 2 matches in a 2-hour show, and then in Rampage, if you want that to be one, okay, it's an hour show. Right now, it's an hour show, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, but NXT gave us more than Even
I know
when it was 1 hour. I'm just saying.
Right. Maybe
you can say that as an argument, but that would be my rebuttal. I'm like, I see where you're going, but I'm gonna stop you right there, sir.
And you're right.
Within the hour.
And you're right. I'm trying to give them a bone and say, here, I'll give you this one. But you correctly are slapping that away and saying, no. NXT made it work with an hour. So why can't you guys too? So I'm with you. Especially when, yes, some of them are really green. Some of them are. But don't tell me that Serena Deeb is green. Don't tell me that Hikaru Shida is green. That Thunder Rosa is green. That Ruby Soho is green. That Chris Statlander is green.
Green.
No. She wears green face paint, but she's not a green wrestler. What I'm saying?
She's ready. She can go. She can put in work. I think one of the greatest travesties is when I saw it was a great story by 2 women, Big Swole, Diamante, and the only reason I was able to catch it because I caught it on YouTube. It was just one of their dark stories, and it told a wonderful story between Diamante, Big Swole, and never seen a lot of day on Dynamite. And what I saw was like, okay, they're not botching. They're doing promos with Mark Henry about, why they're better than the other. Just no hesitation. I see the emotion. It's really built up. I'm like, what the fuck? This would be a great side story besides besides going for the belt. That's what I thought. I'm like, and this not on Dynamite, bro?
Yeah.
It was a travesty. It was a travesty.
Yeah. So, this is all out of we love what we see from, these women, and we feel like they just deserve more. One more match.
Yes.
To quote Christian Cage, one more match. That's all we're asking for.
Why they trying to fight us on this, man?
I don't understand.
We ask it right. We act like we the bad guys.
Right.
We the bad guys. We want another women's match.
Right. That's it. Women's wrestling is great. We want one more match. Give us 2 matches on Dynamite, 2 matches on Rampage. Hey, and go from there. I bet you the crowd isn't going to be saying, oh, boo, why is there a second match? Boo. They're going to be like, oh, this is great. Cool. Another match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, man, it's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Don't be chanting that. Like, weren't you the same ones that were all saying, oh, be patient?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're here trying to fight for that. Say, hey, man, like, give them one more match. Just one more. There's some matches that you could cut that you guys show that maybe those matches should be on Dark and Elevation, and you could easily slide in a second women's matchup on Dynamite on Rampage. So just saying. So we'll leave it at that. The continued debate. This will be the never-ending story until we finally see that when that episode of Dynamite happens, when they have that second women's matchup. Trust me, you will hear about it here on the
Well, it
Card
needs
Street
to be
Wrestling
consistent. It needs. I think they did it before. I want to say it was maybe a blue moon ago.
See, and that's sad that we have to really be like, did they? I think once, maybe a year ago, there was an accidental matchup that happened. I still won't forget the first Rampage. They did a mixed. They actually didn't even have a women's matchup. It was a mixed tag match where it was Chris Statlander and Orange Cassidy that teamed up. Yeah,
against the Blade and the Bunny, right?
And the Bunny. Yeah, that's what they did. So I'm like, y'all couldn't even on the debut of the show. Y'all, whatever. It's fine. I let that go for a little bit, but
be patient, Hafeez.
One more match.
That's all we want. That's all we asking.
That's all we
conversation
want.
Right here.
Yes. All right. So now let's see. As far as the champions go, does that lead us to Kenny? Is that it? I think so. I think
That's
we
all the
got to
champions,
everybody.
right? Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about
Let me
Britt. We
just
talked
double
about
check. Yeah, we're at Kenny.
TNT.
We're at Kenny.
Yeah. Okay.
So Kenny. Oh, Mega. So Kenny Omega, the collector or the former collector, doesn't really talk about that, being the
number
collector
2
anymore.
in real life. Tribal Chief.
Yes. As the great Roman Reigns would say, my favorite number 2. You're my favorite number 2, Kenny. You're my favorite number 2.
That's right. Kenny knows his place.
Honestly, I think he might be number 2 in his own company, man. But that might be another situation for another day. Because honestly, I think when Bryan Danielson mentioned, he said those words about being the best in the world. And when I think about how his matches have been since he joined AEW, I'm inclined to agree with him that at the rate he's going, he's putting together classic match after classic match after classic match. When that PWI ranking comes out for the next ranking they do, don't be surprised if Bryan Danielson's name is number 1 overall.
I won't.
Because he's putting together a resume that feels like he should be, like, put some respect on his name. Like, he should be seen as the best wrestler in the world.
Telling stories out there, man.
Yeah, and Kenny's right there with him as far as his wrestling. And I feel like Bryan has pushed Kenny to be even better. Like, Kenny, I feel like recently it's been less jokey with Kenny. Sure, they did the Halloween thing with the Ghostbusters and everything, and that was cool. Yeah. But even this matchup that he had here tonight, he seemed to be on a mission. He was about business.
He was trying to kill Alan.
Right. And, I mean, he was pissed because the guy made a fool of him. The last time they fought, he hung with Kenny Omega. And the story was, hey, man, like, this guy, like, took him to the limit. He felt a certain way. Even commentators saying, he might just have his number. So he's like, you know what? I giveth, I can taketh away. And he said, get the chair. He was about to end this man's life. So, I thought that was cool. And Kenny, I feel like he's getting himself back up to that status where, the cleaner, that guy that, you would hear about from New Japan. It's like, ooh, like Kenny Omega, I want to see what this guy, could do, maybe here in the States in a different format. And now in AEW, it feel like we never really got, it was in spots. We saw some matches where it was like, holy shit, yes. But then you get the jokey, like you said it. Sometimes you didn't take them seriously. You didn't take the Elite seriously. So yeah. But I don't know. I feel like he's starting to get back up there. But I feel like overall the matches, Bryan Danielson to me is starting to feel like he's their best wrestler. Yeah. I feel like he right now is showing to be the guy.
Where he from though? Where he from though? He's not no AEW dude. Just saying.
Well, I mean, no, okay. So
showing them boys how to wrestle.
Oh no! Oh man!
That's how you tell stories. Oh, that flippity floppity.
You trying to get the smoke from some of these AEW fans for sure. Man, showing him how it's done. WWE guys showing him how it's done.
Yeah. That's how you do an arm bar. Oh, that's how you tell it with emotion. Take your time. Look at the camera.
Bryan Danielson has been doing that since pre-WWE. We all know.
I know.
We all know. But it's funny to poke the AEW hardcore fan base that doesn't want to hear shit like that. Oh man. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Bryan Danielson, he's at the top right now. AEW champion Kenny Omega. He's right there with them. We're putting on some great matches right now. But as far as his championship reign, up to this point right now, boom or bust
for Kenny Omega. His title reign. I'm going to be real.
Ooh.
His title run has been very quiet to me. You know, there's some truth to what you say, you know, that he feels like the number 2 in his company. And that's
I feel like that's a consistent thing, not just with Bryan Danielson, but even when Miro was champion, when he was TV champion, we said the same thing.
I felt like Miro was the true champion.
You
know, and I have to take that into account and say that his title run, to me, is a bust. I said it. No. I went there. I want all the smoke. All right, it is decided too. I definitely put a stamp on that shit too. I ain't playing around. I said it's decided.
Oh man,
it is a bust because I do not care about his reign. Get me to care. Like your wrestling is cool, but I want the story to. I want you to put it all together. All right, this is what the Tribal Chief is doing. He's putting it all together.
That's true.
He's making masterpieces out here.
The real number 1 in wrestling. Period.
We the ones. He's calling himself the greatest of all time. You earn it, sir. You can say that now if you want to. Tribal Chief.
Yep.
I'm just saying, Kenny, put it together. You're almost there, man. Maybe that's what Brian is here to do, to make you put it together. Maybe he's that puzzle that he's gonna bring that WWE style to make you tell, hey, this is how you tell a complete story. Okay, Kenny? The emotion, you take your time.
No, you're killing me with that, man. The WWE style. Bring that WWE style. You're killing me with that. Oh, man. You better be ready.
Brian Danielson, he was there for some time.
No, you're right, though.
And then, come on.
And he refuses to say anything negative about Vince.
Exactly.
He thanked them
He
so
perfected
much.
his craft there.
Yes.
Let's put some respect on it.
He respects them so much, he refuses to do the yes chant.
Exactly.
He won't even do it. He has an agreement that, yes, that was theirs. He respects it. He's not going to use it there. The crowd can, whatever. He can't control them.
They can guess. Right.
He's not doing this. He's not, out of respect for what happened there. So I feel you. It's just that's smoke, though.
I'm just saying, man. It's just how it speaks to me, even when they come out as the elite.
Yeah.
I don't feel that Kenny's the leader. I think he's just part of the group. Just, you know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's the boss. He's running things.
Yeah.
Him.
You're saying no lies. You're not.
That's your champion?
Yeah.
That's guys, the Pt.2 number 1? Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Like, I feel like, so Kenny pre-championship, right? There's a mystique to Kenny Omega that where I'm expecting like this larger than life, greatest wrestler of all time to show up and just blow me away, right? And his wrestling in ring delivers. I feel like every time I see a Kenny Omega match, I'm like, God, this man is good. When Don Callis says, Kenny, by God, Omega, it feels appropriate when you watch his matches. So from a match standpoint, I say boom. I don't think I've seen a bad Kenny Omega matchup. Yes, the Christian Cage matchup I wasn't excited about that match, but I felt like Kenny played his part to a T in that matchup as far as the matches go. Mm-hmm. Now, you bring up strong points about Kenny in the elite and feeling like just a member of the group. There are times where Kenny's in the back, and everybody else is walking forward. You got Matt Jackson leading them out, or Don Callis leading them out. And I'm looking, I have to kind of peer up, and I'm watching on my TV, but I'm still kind of like, is that Kenny back there holding the belt? Who is that back there? Is that Kenny or is that Knack? Like, what is going on back there? I see there's an extra person in the way back. Oh, it is Kenny. He's wearing sunglasses. Just looks kind of normal, and he's holding the championship. I'm just like, you don't really stand out. Like, you're not really leading this group. You just, at times, you're just a guy in the group. Like, it just feels that way. And honestly,
He's one of the guys.
When Adam Cole showed up, he started it immediately. We said, "Oh, this is going to be a problem," because Adam Cole has that presence, and the crowd loves Adam Cole.
And that pretty much solidified the reason why he's been a bust, because Adam Cole's he's a game changer. And when he comes out, I'm like, yeah, that's a leader.
That's a leader.
That's a boss.
Yeah.
That's who you follow.
Yeah.
I don't get that from the PWI #1.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
False claimer.
NXT's Adam Cole. You know,
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and claim NXT. If you're going to claim Daniel Bryan for WWE, I'm going to claim Adam Cole a little bit for NXT. He perfected his craft in NXT. Yes. I'm going to just go ahead and say.
See, you said it too.
Some great matches. Undisputed Era. I mean, that became one of the greatest factions of all time. I'm just going to say it. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree. I cannot disagree with anything you're saying. Everything you're saying it's on point. You're making strong points. The hard part for me, though, is trying to separate the 5-star matches that he is putting on as champion, you know, from a lackluster run as a leader and lackluster storyline. Even this whole like crossover with Impact, that was a bust. That to me clearly was a bust. Teasing that and him as the collector and everything, it was cool at first, but it went nowhere.
I thought they was on to something. I'm like, okay, this can open a whole new set of ideas for what type of character they're trying to build for Kenny Omega. But like you said, it was a bust. It went.
Yeah, that was a bust. There's no debate there. It was definitely a bust.
It could be a debate with other AEW stands.
I would hope not. Whether or not that whole him going to Impact, them never talking about it really on AEW, like that was a bust. I don't care what's going on behind the scenes and why they couldn't do it. Me as a viewer, it was a bust. Like I didn't get what I was expecting from it. They hyped it up and it didn't go anywhere. So, but yeah, we can have that debate if anybody wants to have that debate. Sure, like let's bring it on. You know. Now, as far as Kenny as champion, I'm still gonna say boom for Kenny because of the matches, but I cringe when I say it because of your strong points. I can't just ignore how weak he has looked at points in this whole run, you know. And as bad as John,
if you're
Moxley,
the champion, be the champion.
Yeah, you're right. You're right at all times. You know, at all times, man. Not just in the ring, but like outside the ring, the way you carry yourself. You know, you're the champion. Be in the front. You know, it's the simplest that. Don't be in the back. Don't be in the way back. And everybody's leading you to battle. Right? Like, what's going on, man? Like, come on, say something. And Don Callis will be on that microphone. He's taking up a lot of time. And then, you know, Kenny is just kind of like standing there. And like, no, give the mic to Kenny. I want to hear what he has to say. So,
Tribal Chief, man, I want you to come out with a new shirt that says Elite Bloodline. Come out with that. I want all the smoke.
PWI's real #1.
There we go.
You know,
it is decided.
Right. Oh, man. So, yeah, I just, out of respect for just Kenny, I mean, Kenny's been champion now almost over 300 days.
Yeah.
It's been over 300 days.
Yo, I'm not knocking his wrestling matches.
Yeah.
I'm like his wrestling matches been good.
And I'm not saying you are, because I hear you.
Right. It's just he got to put it together for me, man. And he's not.
You're not wrong. There's something in me that just can't bring me to say the word bust with Kenny Omega overall, because I love his matches so much. You know, it's just hard to say that. Like, but you're right on the money in that. That's the reason why I can't put him over Roman Reigns, because Roman has been hitting on all cylinders. Story, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I can't. There is no chance you will not that. I'm sorry, PWI, but you got it wrong. No, you got it wrong. clearly Roman Reigns is over Kenny Omega. You can even argue for people in Kenny Omega's own company that they could have been over him overall in that rankings.
Who's over the Tribal Chief?
Nobody.
No one.
Nobody. Not anybody. So how can you be number one overall when you're not clearly number one in your own company? Like that's a question, you know?
Make it make sense to me. Just saying.
Yeah. So, all right.
Miro looked like a stronger champion than me.
Miro did. Miro looked like the strongest champion. When he was TNT champion, he looked like the champion. Period. You're not going to see Miro behind, the Young Bucks and Don Cal. No. He didn't even need anybody. He's just by himself.
By himself, man. Now look at him now, man. Lost the title. Now he got a beef with God now.
He's got a beef with God.
I look in the sky with anger.
You looking down with fear.
I was like, ooh.
Miro.
He's taking it there. He's taking it there.
Dude. He is.
We know who's God's favorite champion is.
Yeah, we know the new. That's what it is. That's the story behind the story.
Yeah.
Miro saw what happened with that match with Finn Balor. He said, "What? You took the title away from me and you helped him? Oh hell no!"
Yes. Top rope snafu.
Oh man. Oh, as a side note, did you see what happened with Moose, the promo that he cut? That man said, I don't care what tribe you're the chief of. I said, you don't want that. Don't stay in your lane.
I was like,
stay in your lane.
Bro, really?
And then he went down and he started saying, I don't care if you're king or queen or boss or the man
or the
woman. I'm like, where are we going with this move?
Right. New Day.
Yeah. Nothing about New Day. He wasn't even subtle about that one. He just said New Day.
I would give him this. The way he won that title. Badass heel way. Because he won it in a pay-per-view. I forget the name of the pay-per-view, so forgive me.
Bound for Glory?
Bound for Glory, that's right.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory. And he won in this match. It was basically, it's called the You Call It shot. It's basically Money in the Bank. So they did the main event match was Josh Alexander going against Christian Cage. They had a phenomenal match. Josh Alexander finally won. He's having his moment with his family. He got his wife and son in there. Moose decided to call his shot. The ref was like, ring the bell. Chop's like, what is going on? He tried to get he cornered his family into he tried to get his family into the corner. He was like, hey, go over there. As soon as he turned around, Moose speared him. 1, 2, 3. I was like, damn.
Family right there.
Right there. And that was his first title reign. Josh Alexander, first title reign ever.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
that's
shit,
savage.
Bro.
So that's good. So congratulations, Moose. Awesome way to win the championship. Savage way to win the championship. Get people talking. And mentioning what I don't care what tribe you're the chief of. You get people listening and tuning in and seeing what you're doing. But there's
it trended for a little bit. It trended, didn't it?
There's levels to this. I'm sorry. No. But hey, it was what it was. I saw it and I said, oh my God. And I just had to see if you saw it and your thoughts on it. I already knew.
I replied with a gif of the tribal chief turning that off, with the remote. He had the head of the table and he turned the TV off. I'm like,
right.
Here.
Not worried
I'm
about
done.
you, man. Right. Not worth my time.
I'm running the whole company, man.
Yes.
Bro.
Oh man. All right, cool. So we went through both WWE and AEW Champions.
Yeah.
Fun little thing to do right there, man. I feel like that's something we should just come back to every couple months and check in. see how these champions are doing. Yeah.
Hit me with a swerve. I thought we were just gonna break down, the highlights of the wrestling week. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. But you hit with a nice swerve. I like that, man. Let's dress the champions, the current state of the champions. I'm with that.
Boom, I feel like every once in a while it's kind of good to do something a little different and do more around like certain hot topics and segments and things like that. So this one was just an idea that in the moment we're talking about Big E's title reign, and I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about Big E's title reign. And let's talk about everybody's title reign. Let's just go through it. Let's just talk about this and have some fun with it.
Put it on the table.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun going through all that. But that's gonna do it for this episode. We'll be back soon, very soon, with another one. Just kind of breaking things down. Maybe have a surprise topic for that one too. Just have some fun with that one as well. But before we go,
yes,
Devin, as always, let the people know where they can catch us.
Yes, all the time. We got that one-stop and shop website with all of our social platforms linked to it, like Twitter. By the way, we're almost getting close to 1,100 followers, by the way. So shout out to all our followers who've been following our page and DMing us as well, as we communicate and build off this great internet wrestling community, which can be negative at times, but I've seen a lot of positive that came out, meaning a lot of great podcasters, networking, building friendships along the way. So it's been great. Can't forget about our Instagram page and our Facebook page and our Facebook group page, by the way. Got to start promoting more of that. Clark Street Wrestling community. We got all walks of life. We got MLW, AEW, WWE, NXT.
Jump in, have fun.
2.0. Yeah, 2.0 too. Yeah.
I mean, sure. You can talk about that too.
Hafeez, otherwise. I'm going to try to convince him. I'm going to try to. Maybe I'll bring a special guest.
Triple H.
I think I know who I can.
To convince me to watch?
A fellow podcaster, maybe. A fellow podcaster. I listen to other podcasters. And there's one that come to mind.
If Triple H comes on the podcast, sure, I'll watch.
You know what? I'm gonna give him a shout out, man. Shout out to Bishop, man. Terrible wrestling taste. Go and listen to his podcast. Great the way he breaks it down. Great analyst, man. The way he puts it together. The way he makes coherent points about the reasons why you should accept 2.0. Go check it out. And I might have to bring him on the show for our debate or try to convince my friend, my brother from another mother, Hafeez.
Trying to torture me with this. No. I mean, I'll have the debate. Absolutely.
Yes.
Welcome, definitely. But 2.0.
There might be a chance. I got something up
I'm wearing my Johnny Champion shirt. This reminds me of.
But you're wearing it with a jacket though, man. What's up with that?
Well, I'm just chilling. I just feel like wearing the hoodie, I'm just comfortable in it. But I got the Johnny Champion, representing Johnny Gargano.
Oh yeah, the one I got for you.
The bet for the bet because I won. Yeah, which I mean, speaking of winning, I wasn't gonna do this to you, but I mean, fantasy football, almost.
You said you didn't even care because I was like, yeah, when I beat you, you was like, what, man, I care. You said wait till the playoffs. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
But you have been, kind of talking, getting a little bold since you put together.
I'm feeling myself.
That's fine. I put the dub down for my team. You took the.
Hey, I had a tough
quarterback.
Oh my God!
9 points from Kyler Murray.
Yeah, your quarterback. Yeah. And my quarterback didn't help. I was like, Justin Herbert, running back was rough.
Carter.
I said the only hole in my game was my duo combination, and they didn't perform well. All right, that was my Achilles heel. The Justin Herbert, Mike Williams connection didn't happen.
Yeah, I feel like your whole team didn't happen, honestly, that day. Like your whole team failed.
My defense showed. I picked the Seahawks off the waiver wire. I gave them 13 points, beating the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Tyler Bass, he's still great. Field goal kicker got me 10. Solid performance.
When the defense and the kicker are the two things you bring up as a highlight, that's when.
Moving right along. Moving right along.
That's what
right along.
He just fucked up.
Whatever. Repeat season. Coming for you. Repeat season.
Keep it warm. Keep it warm.
Repeat season. You ain't never getting this back. Like me. You ain't never taking this away from me. Never. It's mine. I wish I had it with me. I could hold it.
Five times.
What was I? Yeah, TikTok.
TikTok 5 times.
Yeah. Hit up our TikTok page and all those wrestling platforms you can find. That's especially linked to YouTube as well. And big shout out to our new Hicks segment. It's really performing well. After Hours. It's been real. I guess it's been a low-key idea, kind of branched off from, I want to say, Clark Street Fandom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We was thinking about doing a second podcast, and I was like, all right. And I kept that in the background. So like, what's a way we can do somewhat, talk about different stuff?
Yeah.
But here we are, Clark Street Wrestling After Hours. Catch it out. We had a great one with our panel, all-star panel with JD, Jove, and Queen Kiki over there. Check them out. We got the Wrestle Bread, JD. You got the hard camera from Jove, and Queen K Wrestling News. That's your duo from Queen Kiki. Check them out. Had a great debate talking about the AEW Women's Division and all walks of other wrestling stories. Possible face turn for Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. That was a good breakdown. So yeah, check them out. Clark Street Wrestling After Hours on the Clark Street Wrestling website, clarkstreetwrestling.com, and our merch as well.
Get your merch.
Get your merch. Get your beach towels. Get your hoodies.
Get those beach towels.
Yes, down there. Yeah, Brazil. We see you. You know, Southern Equator, all that good stuff. Yes. We got listeners in Nigeria, by the way. Just let you know.
Hey, that's what I'm
talking about. Nigeria.
Nightmares here.
Yeah.
Nigerian Nightmare. Shout out to Kamaru Usman getting ready to defend his championship against Kobe Covington.
UFC 68
this Saturday. Yes. And y'all already know who I'm rooting for. Let's go, Kamaru. Let's get it. KO. Let's go.
Shout out to the Circle of Debate podcast, man. They just did a breakdown for predictions for UFC 68. So check them out. Circle of Debate. Awesome. You know, they do wrestling, but they do UFC. Check them out.
One of these days, I'm going to have to get up with you guys just to talk to UFC because, you already know. So definitely that'd be a fun debate. Just fun for doing predictions and stuff like that.
Yeah, go on, holler at Ivan, man. I know he want to holler at us. He wants to. He wants a rematch of the debate.
We're gonna talk about the rankings.
The Invisible War we had. The lost tapes.
The lost tapes.
Yes. And Money Mike, he's calling that as a dub. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he said one. He said one Circle of Debate, 0 Clark Street.
Lying to the people. Come on. We can happily have that again. The rankings.
Yes.
Oh man.
We had technical difficulties last time, but now we're on a new platform. We got all that.
Convenient.
Yes. No excuses this time. Rematch coming soon. Circle of Debate. Clark Street Wrestling.
I've never heard. Wow. That's the first time I'm hearing that he called that a win for them. Really?
Dude.
I did not come out of that thinking they would say.
I want to say the last few episodes on their YouTube channel, they called us out multiple times. Multiple occasions. This ain't no one thing, bro. This is a consistent week by week. We're on their brain.
Okay, so we're living in their mind rent free.
Yes.
I thought that is a dub. Because I'm sorry, we ain't worried about. Look, we're not here talking.
Did we ever mention the score? Did we ever mention?
No, that's what winners do. Winners don't worry about all that. We're not like, oh, did we win this one? No, we just move on.
Never brought it up. Never brought it up. We would just say, if it happens again, it happens again.
Right.
They did. They brought that shit up, Money Mike, and I'm like, oh,
yep.
We lost. We didn't get the dub. Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. Hey, running back. It's all good. Make that happen again. No technical difficulties this time.
Not this time. We ready. We got it. Yes. on the right platform.
Man. But on the real Circle Debate, we got love for y'all. Definitely would love to have that debate again. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. ClarkStreetWrestling.com/store. Going off the rails a little bit. Yeah, it is decided for your pleasure.
I was gonna say it for you. You did.
I got it.
Is he gonna say it?
I got it.
But yes, he did, and we are there. That is gonna do it for this week's episode, the Boomer Bust episode, if you will, for the champions in both WWE or AEW. We'll be running that back every once in a while. We'll come back. Maybe we're around Big 4 pay-per-view season. Maybe we'll look at it and see, do a little where are we now, where were we then kind of thing. So have some fun with it. Yeah, exactly. Because I really enjoyed that. But that's going to do it for Devin. I'm Hafeez. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. We the ones. Hear that? Hear that, Omega? We the ones.
PWI, real number one.
There you go. It is decided.